Hi, it's Dara, and today is the exact 4-month anniversary of when I had a breast reduction surgery. And I didn't realize it was exactly 4 months. I just felt like this week was a good time to do the video. But I looked it up and I had it on November 20th and today's March 20th. I also, not on purpose, am wearing the same flannel shirt that I wore on my way home from the hospital after I had surgery. So, ooh, what a special day. And it's the first day of spring. All right, so how about let's talk a little bit about how I've been doing 4 months into surgery, or after surgery, I should say. Let's see, let's talk about physical first. I would say that I am completely physically healed. I would say that because I don't have any pain anymore. I would say even a couple weeks ago, I would still have, like, in certain points of where my surgery was, like, it'd pull a little bit, like where maybe some of the incisions were. And just for a second, I notice it. Something happened yesterday, though, when something collided with my chest, and I don't remember what it was, but I remember I was like, ow, maybe it was one of my dogs, but it was a little bit of a moment, but nothing, no big deal really, actually, at all. Let's see, at night I'm still wearing, I guess it's more of a sports bra than a sports binder, but it's got like a zipper on the front. It still feels weird to sleep or do anything else without wearing anything. That could be just me and how I will be forever, even after I'm fully feeling comfortable. I don't know. For right now, I'm still sleeping in that at night. I decided that what I'm doing, I wasn't sure what I was going to do after surgery. I'm still wearing the sports binders that I always wore, not always wore, I wore them for about 2.5 years before my surgery. And there's a specific sports binder that I got that I like, and I'll put the link in the notes for the video because I think it's a good in-between sort of thing. It's not quite, you know, the really compressing binders that you can find, but it's also definitely not a bra. It's not even a sports bra. It works better than that. And I have decided that's what works best for me, and I'm very, very comfortable with that. I have been able to exercise at my normal level. That's been probably since mid-January. I noticed that I would still get tired more quickly, probably not until even into mid-February, even, where are we now? Yeah, maybe mid-February or so. But I will say that exercise has been much more enjoyable. I was at a class even just this past weekend, and I just kept looking in the mirror and just how I felt physically. I just kept thinking, I'm so glad I did this. Like, I remember being in that same class before November, and I'd keep thinking, like, first of all, I'd be like, should I get surgery? Should I not get surgery? I'm like back and forth, and I finally decided to get it. And then I was like, oh, is this a good idea? Am I gonna die in surgery? Like, I just was worried about all that kind of stuff that I know almost everybody goes through when they have surgery. And then now I'm just really happy that I did it. Something else that I feel is very much related and directed to surgery is that I feel so much more aligned with my gender identity, which is that of being non-binary, but more accurately, I'd just really say that this is Dara's gender identity. And I knew that was going to happen, but I didn't know to the extent that it was going to happen. So what I mean by that is that since I've had surgery, of course, just feeling so much more connected to my body, especially this part of my body, and how I didn't realize how disconnected I had been from that. I'm also, so in terms of gender identity, I have been more bothered by being misgendered. So in my case, what that means for me would be if there are very feminine terms being used to describe me, such as if I'm called ma'am, or if I'm with other people and the assumption is made that we're all ladies. Also, so that has bothered me for a while, but it really started to bother me after my surgery. after I started feeling so much more comfortable in myself, the more something externally happened that made me feel not comfortable, my tolerance level is like getting lower and lower for that. And additionally, I did not realize this would happen either, but being addressed with female pronouns, she and her, has also started not feeling right for me either, to the extent that I have decided to start using they, them as my pronoun or my name, Dara. So that's really just within, I think, the last 2 weeks or so that I started doing that. So if that's news for you, this is now something that you know. In the future, when you're referring to me, you can refer to me as Dara, or you can use they, them pronouns. That's something that I'm still getting used to, but it's really true that the more that you use them for yourself and you hear other people use them, or you use it for other people, anytime you don't know somebody's gender, which is actually a lot of the time, unless somebody has told you what their gender is, you don't know what their gender is. So I've been practicing that more often, and so they, them has been becoming much more part of my vocabulary now, and also for myself. It feels really good. I've got people in my life who are doing that on a consistent basis. I've got people who are working on it and who are aware of it. It just feels so fulfilling to be able to feel like I am like at this point of having really, really feeling authentic and connected with who I am, and in large part that has had to do with my gender identity. I feel like one way I describe it is that I feel like when it's like a meal, like I'm a fully cooked meal right now, but I'm still not quite sure how to plate this meal. It's still a bit of a mess. I'm still trying to figure things out. I'm really trying to figure out, how do I talk to other people about not being called ma'am or ladies? How do I talk to people about my pronouns? I've noticed that talking to people about my pronouns has been better because it's more of a conversation. The whole ma'am ladies thing happens usually so quickly because it's usually customer service or you're at a restaurant or something like that. So I am still working on how to be able to fit that into my life better. And so, but I'm okay with that. I realized also that this is a work in progress. You know, I have a lot of years to make up for in terms of feeling like I'm finally who I really am, and therefore it's going to take a bit for me to get caught up with that. It's going to take other people a little while to get caught up with that. So I attribute so much of that to the fact that I had this surgery. And for those of you who aren't sure, because you haven't watched the older videos yet, I had a breast reduction surgery, which is what has worked for me in terms of my gender identity and my body dysphoria specifically. And I did have that breast reduction surgery paid for by insurance because it was deemed a medical necessity because of having fibrous areas of density that needed to be removed. So that's another whole story. You can look at some of my older videos when I talked about the insurance parts and all of that. Yeah, so I think that's how I feel. That's what's going on. I know a lot of people wonder, like, what's going to happen after I get surgery? Is it worth it? And that's always up to every individual person to figure out. This is just my story, and for me specifically, it's everything that I had ever heard people talking about in terms of how much better I feel physically, but also just as who I am as a person. Everything's just kind of like clicking and making so much more sense now. So I'm excited to share that with you. Thanks so much, as always, for being a part of this YouTube channel, and we'll talk again at another date very soon.